Hey guys, I want to tell you guys how I basically get 99% of my inspiration for any of my videos or any of my streams or whatever. And it all comes from just taking a simple walk. And people underestimate like just a walk in nature or even just like on the treadmill. When you take a walk, with your thoughts, by the way, you're not listening to music, you're not like distracting yourself with something. You need to be present on just the walk only. There are two types of walks that you can do. You can do a meditative walk where you just walk and you basically quiet your mind and basically just like calm yourself for the day, so that any worries that you really have just disappear. But then, this is what I do, and this is what most people, I suggest that most people do, and it's an imaginative walk. And what you do on an imaginative walk is that you imagine what you are going to be doing like next throughout the day. And unfortunately, many people's imaginations of what will be throughout the day, they're actually pretty negative. Like people, when you imagine things, you wish that it would happen. It's like the concept of like manifestation. You're wishing that something bad is going to happen. So instead of orienting my mind towards these negative thoughts, I think of positive ones. I think of how well my stream is going to do later in the day. I think of how well my videos are going to be doing. I think of how I could be improving things, how I could be scaling up things. And in doing that, it actually motivates you. It gets you excited for what's going to come. And I'll show you like the opposite of that. If you're thinking negative thoughts, if you're thinking, oh, like I did this like way back when, and I think I'm gonna be paying for it today, and you keep on thinking that for like days on end, you know what you're going to be thinking every single day? You're going to be bracing in anticipation for that day that you might be getting very unlucky. And honestly, that's a recipe for disaster, because it's training your mind to stay in negative thought loops. When you start training your mind to stay in a more like positive state of mind, then of course more positive things are going to happen to you. On this walk that I'm on right now is actually how I came up with the idea of making this video. And it really didn't come instantly. It was basically like last night I was like thinking of like things that I could share with my viewers to try to make their lives a little bit better. And then while I was on this walk, I was like, okay, right now is actually a perfect time to film a video, because it's fresh on my mind. I'm just able to say whatever I want out here. So no matter the weather outside, if it's raining, snowing, it's like super hot out, no matter the weather outside, like you can see everything's covered in snow. It's about 20 degrees out and my hands are freezing actually. Taking a walk is probably the best way for you to trigger inspiration. Walks like this doesn't have to be for the goal of like content creation like I am. It can be for anything. It could be for your school day. Do you want to be a better student? If you're an athlete, do you want to be a better athlete? If you're at work, do you want to be a better worker? and get a promotion. Like, goals like that are what you ponder on walks like these. And it really does help me a lot to kind of structure my day, because your imagination is what you imagine, what you're thinking that the future will be. The future doesn't exist yet, and of course, it's in the present where you're basically shaping what you think it will be. So, of course, you don't want those thoughts to be negative, which is literally how most people are thinking of their day. They're thinking, oh, like, I have this assignment, I'm so stressed, I don't have the energy to be able to do it right now. And they're not ever thinking of, like, okay, how, like, is there a way that I can finish this assignment in an easier fashion? And you actually will think of ways to do it more efficiently. And you'll actually be excited. You'll be excited to do whatever you need to do throughout the day. These walks aren't something that you're doing like just once in a while. These are like ritualistic walks that you're doing once a day, or even more. Like, take a walk if you need it. If you don't have direction for your day, you gotta take a walk. Honestly, I wish I was able to do this walk even longer, but of course I do have responsibilities. But most people should be sitting with their thoughts basically every single day and every single second of the day. It's insane how the internet and TikTok and social media, they're actually distracting you from sitting with your thoughts. Nowadays, no one actually does sit with their thoughts, and it's actually hurting every single one of us. If you actually just are too lazy to take a walk, at least meditate every day for like 10 minutes, and I promise you'll see a difference.